Welcome to our channel History of Coins, where we explore the hidden gems of numismatics. In today's video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. state quarter-dollar coins, as some of these coins are rare and can make you rich overnight. In this video, we are gonna uncover the rarest coins and their values. So make sure to watch the complete video and find out if you have one of these. Now let's continue our today's video. Top 1 today, we're diving into a coin that might just be hiding in your change jar, your old wallet, or even your childhood coin collection. It's small, it's shiny, and it represents one of the original 13 colonies of the United States. We're talking about the 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter dollar. And believe me, this isn't just any ordinary pocket change. You might be thinking, it's just a quarter, 25 cents, right? But hold on, because there's more to this coin than meets the eye. Hidden among millions of ordinary coins is a version of this quarter that collectors are hunting down like buried treasure. A version that, due to specific errors and rare conditions, could be worth a staggering amount of money. Let's start with a little background. The Pennsylvania state quarter was the second coin released in the U.S. Mint's legendary 50 state quarters program, which began in 1999. This was a monumental moment in U.S. coinage, designed to honor each of the 50 states with unique quarter designs over a 10-year period. Pennsylvania, being the second state to join the Union, received its quarter in early 1999. The design of this quarter is both historic and meaningful. On the reverse, you'll see a beautiful image featuring the Statue of the Commonwealth, a keystone, symbolizing Pennsylvania's nickname as the Keystone State, and a silhouette of the state itself. The words virtue, liberty, independence appear beneath the design, representing Pennsylvania's core values since its founding. But what really excites collectors are the rare errors and unique mint conditions that elevate this simple coin into something truly valuable. Let's talk about those errors. One of the most sought-after versions of this coin is known for a double die obverse, where the text or imagery on the front side of the coin appears slightly doubled. These doubling errors occur during the minting process when the die strikes the coin more than once in a slightly misaligned position. While it might seem like a small imperfection to a trained eye, and to coin collectors, it's a sign of rarity. Another prized error is the off-center strike. This is when the design is not perfectly centered on the coin, creating a unique and misaligned appearance. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, the value can skyrocket. A Pennsylvania quarter with a significant off-center error, especially if it still shows the full date and mint mark, can be incredibly valuable. There's also a fascinating group of coins that were mistakenly struck on the wrong planchets, meaning the blank metal discs meant for a different type of coin. Imagine a quarter accidentally struck on a nickel or even a dime-sized planchet. These are exceptionally rare, and collectors will pay thousands of dollars to add one to their collection. But rarity isn't just about errors. Condition matters too. A 1999 Pennsylvania quarter that is in mint state condition, especially those graded MS67 or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC, is far more valuable than one that has been through years of circulation. Pristine, untouched coins with sharp details, no scratches, and full luster are highly sought after. Now, if you're a collector, or even just someone who loves the thrill of discovering hidden gems, this coin should absolutely be on your radar. It's a piece of history tied to the very beginnings of the United States, wrapped in a modern minting program that sparked a nationwide collecting frenzy. What makes the hunt so exciting is that these rare and valuable versions of the 1999 Pennsylvania quarter could be sitting in everyday change. Yes, right now, in your coin jar, wallet, or glove compartment. There might be a coin that looks ordinary, but is anything but. So, how much could one of these rare quarters be worth? Well, in one extraordinary case, a 1999 Pennsylvania state quarter with a rare mint error, combined with a nearly perfect condition, was valued at a jaw-dropping $83,000. That's right. Just imagine, what most people see as a simple 25-cent coin could actually be a hidden treasure worth tens of thousands of dollars. And that's why collectors are always searching, always inspecting, always learning. So if you're holding on to one of these coins, now is the time to take a closer look. Check the edges. Examine the strike. Look for doubling, misalignments, or unusual metal tones. And if you find something that looks off in just the right way, you might be holding a fortune in the palm of your hand. Top 2, we're talking about a coin that most people overlook, a coin that seems ordinary, until you take a much closer look. It's the 2008 Arizona State Quarter Dollar, a stunning piece of American coinage that might just be worth far more than 25 cents. Yes, you heard that right. That quarter rattling around in your pocket or resting in a forgotten drawer might be a rare collector's gem. And today, we're going to uncover what makes this coin so special, why collectors are willing to pay top dollar for certain versions, and how you might be sitting on a small fortune without even knowing it. Let's take a journey back to 2008, the year Arizona was honored in the U.S. Mint's iconic 50-state quarters program. This initiative began in 1999, issuing a unique quarter for each U.S. state. And when Arizona's turn came, the design did not disappoint. The reverse side of the 2008 Arizona quarter is a breathtaking tribute to the state's natural beauty. It features the majestic Grand Canyon, framed by a saguaro cactus, with the words Grand Canyon State proudly inscribed. It's a blend of Arizona's rugged wilderness and towering landscapes, captured forever in a gleaming piece of metal. But here's where things get interesting. While millions of these quarters were minted, only a very small number possess the traits that serious collectors crave. And it's those rare versions that are fetching massive prices on the market. You see, during the minting process, errors can occur, and it's these mistakes that turn an everyday coin into a collector's dream. And the Arizona quarter has a few fascinating error varieties that have been discovered over the years. Point one of the most talked about is the extra cactus leaf error. Yes, you heard that right, an extra leaf on the cactus. On certain 2008 Arizona quarters, a die chip caused a raised bump or leaf-like shape to appear next to the cactus in the design. It looks like it belongs, but it's actually a minting flaw. This tiny detail is what makes it a major rarity. To the untrained eye, it's just a part of the design, but for collectors, it's pure gold. Another rare error comes in the form of die cracks, fine, raised lines caused by worn or damaged dies. These cracks often appear in the canyon design or along the state's outline. The more dramatic and unusual the crack, the higher the value of the coin. Then there are off-center strikes, where the design is shifted due to a misaligned die, creating a distorted and misprinted quarter. Coins with significant off-center strikes and full visible dates are extremely valuable, especially if they involve state quarters like this one. That let's not forget about planchet errors, when the coin is struck on the wrong type of metal. A few Arizona quarters have surfaced with unusual tones or weights, suggesting they were minted on foreign or misprocessed planchets. These are ultra-rare and cause serious excitement in the collecting world. And of course, condition is everything. A regular Arizona quarter found in circulation might be worth a small premium to the right buyer. But if you happen to find one that is in uncirculated, mint state condition, especially one graded MS67 or higher, then you're looking at an entirely different level of value. So why is this coin so intriguing to collectors? Well, it's not just the design. It's the fact that this was one of the last coins in the 50-state quarters series, which ran from 1999 to 2008. It marked the end of a collecting era and captured the hearts of millions of Americans. That emotional and historical connection makes the Arizona quarter even more desirable, especially the rare versions with those fascinating errors. Now, imagine this. You're going through your coin jar, maybe cleaning out an old drawer, and you stumble across a shiny Arizona quarter. You notice something strange about the cactus, maybe an extra bump, a crack across the canyon, or even a slightly misaligned strike. Could it be? Could you be holding a tiny treasure? Because here's the moment you've been waiting for. One particular 2008 Arizona State quarter, featuring a prominent mint error and preserved in pristine condition, was once appraised at an unbelievable $81,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $81,000 for a single quartered SO. Don't underestimate the change in your pockets. These small coins carry big stories, and sometimes even bigger value. Before you toss that quarter into a vending machine or parking meter, take a closer look. You might just be holding history. Or even better, you might be holding a fortune. Top 3. Today's coin might not look like much at first glance. It's easy to pass over, easy to ignore, and it probably slipped through your hands at some point without you even realizing it. But make no mistake, what we're talking about today is far from ordinary. This humble little coin has a secret, and for a select few collectors who were lucky enough to find the right version, it turned into a jackpot. We're talking about the 2010 Hot Springs Quarter, part of the America the Beautiful Quarters series, and believe it or not, this coin could be worth a life-changing amount of money. Now, let's rewind and give this story the spotlight it deserves. In 2010, the United States Mint launched a brand new coin program, the America the Beautiful Quarters series, honoring national parks and historic sites in all 50 states, D.C., and U.S. territories. The very first coin released in this prestigious collection featured Hot Springs National Park in Arkansas. Why Hot Springs? Because it's America's oldest national park, even older than Yellowstone. It was established way back in 1832, and its warm, healing waters have attracted visitors from across the country for nearly 2 centuries. So it's only fitting that this park was chosen to kick off the entire America the Beautiful series. The reverse side of the coin features a grand entrance to the Hot Springs National Park headquarters building, with a fountain in the foreground representing the thermal spring water that flows through the heart of the park. It's a beautiful design, rich in history, detail, and symbolism. But for collectors, it's not just about the design. It's about what lies beneath the surface. While millions of these quarters were struck at the Philadelphia and Denver mints, only a tiny fraction have something extra, something special, something rare. That let's talk about mint errors, the secret sauce behind some of the most valuable coins ever found. And yes, the Hot Springs Quarter has its own share of jaw-dropping mistakes that make collectors go wild. One of the most notable is the double die error. This happens when the die that stamps the coin has a slight shift between impressions, causing the letters or design features to appear doubled. On a Hot Springs Quarter, a double die on the words Hot Springs or on the intricate fountain details can significantly raise its value, especially if it's crisp, clear, and easily visible under magnification. Then there's the off-center strike, where the design is shifted away from the center of the coin. If you find a Hot Springs Quarter where the image or lettering is off balance or partially missing, and the date is still fully visible, you might just be holding onto a coin that collectors are dying to get their hands on. Another rare type of error? Coin struck on the wrong planchet. That's when a quarter is accidentally minted on a blank mint for another denomination, like a dime or a nickel. These are incredibly rare, and when it happens on a 2010 quarter, especially the first of its kind from the America the Beautiful series, it becomes even more desirable. That let's not forget about die breaks and cuts. These are raised blobs or missing portions of design caused by broken or damaged dies. On the Hot Springs Quarter, some collectors have reported die breaks that look like mysterious extra elements in the fountain or architecture, completely unintentional, but absolutely valuable. But what if your coin doesn't have a visible error? There's still hope, because condition matters. If you've got a 2010 Hot Springs Quarter in pristine, uncirculated condition, no scratches, no smudges, full luster, and razor-sharp detail, and it's been graded MS67, MS68, or even higher, then congratulations, that alone could put you in a whole different value bracket. Collectors love firsts. And since the Hot Springs Quarter was the first coin in this long-running national park series, it holds a special place in the hearts of many collectors. Combine that sentimental value with an error or exceptional condition, and you've got a winning combination. Now, here's the twist. While the average Hot Springs Quarter might only be worth its face value, there are ultra-rare examples out there. Coins with a perfect storm of mint errors and flawless condition that have fetched eye-popping prices in the collector's market. And now, the moment you've been waiting for. One of the most spectacular error coins from the Hot Springs Quarter series, certified in near-perfect condition and featuring a rare and dramatic misstrike, was once appraised at a value of $79,000. Yes, you heard that correctly. $79,000 for a single quarter. So, before you drop that 2010 quarter into a vending machine or hand it over for a quick coffee purchase, take a closer look. Examine it. Flip it. Study the details. Look for signs of doubling, off-center strikes, strange shapes, or anything that feels just a little out of the ordinary. Because what seems like just another coin might be hiding a story a mistake, and a whole lot of money. Top 4, we're diving into the story of a coin that may look like just another quarter to most people. But what if I told you that one version of this coin is worth more than most brand new cars? And the best part? You might already have it sitting in a jar at home. This is the story of the 2015 Homestead Quarter, a coin filled with history, symbolism, and a few surprises that can make it worth an unbelievable amount of money. Let's start with a bit of background. In 2010, the U.S. Mint launched the The Beautiful Quarters program, a stunning series of coins honoring national parks and historic sites in each state. Fast forward to 2015, and Nebraska got its spotlight with the release of the Homestead National Monument of America Quarter, a tribute to the courage and perseverance of early settlers. The reverse side of this coin is more than just a pretty image. It tells the story of survival, independence, and opportunity. You'll see a frontier-style house, 2 ears of corn, and a water pump, each symbolizing the 3 things early homesteaders needed to survive: shelter, food, and water. It's a beautiful tribute to American history. But for coin collectors, there's more to this quarter than meets the eye. You see, the U.S. Mint struck hundreds of millions of these quarters. Most are common. Most are worth face value. But a few, just a few, were struck with errors so rare, so unusual, that they've become legendary among collectors. Let's talk about those errors, because they're the key to unlocking the real value behind this coin. First up, there's the double die reverse, one of the most famous and widely discussed errors in the Homestead Quarter. On these error coins, you can find doubling in the window panes, particularly the windows on the house. That doubling looks like shadows or extra frames, but it's actually caused by the die striking the coin twice in slightly different positions. And it doesn't stop there. Some Homestead Quarters have extra water drops near the pump or extra lines that shouldn't be there. These tiny flaws can increase the coin's value dramatically. Why? Because they're rare, they're visible, and collectors absolutely love error coins that are easy to identify with the naked eye. Another highly sought-after error involves the die chip, often referred to as a snowball error. This is when a piece of the die breaks off, causing excess metal to fill the gap on the coin. On the Homestead Quarter, this sometimes appears as a big blob of metal near the pump or handle, making it look like a frozen chunk of ice, hence the nickname. It's eye-catching, weird, and rare, the perfect combination for collectors. Some other rare mistakes include off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and even coins struck on the wrong metal blanks. These are extremely rare and highly collectible, especially if the coin is still in uncirculated or near-perfect condition. And speaking of condition, this matters more than you might think. A Homestead Quarter with no errors that's been sitting in someone's change drawer for years might be worth 25 cents, maybe a little more. But a Homestead Quarter with an error, in mint state condition, that's where the real value kicks in. Coins graded MS66 or higher by professional services like NGC or PCGS are in high demand. Combine that with a major mint error, and you've got yourself a serious treasure. Now here's what makes this story so amazing. These error coins aren't locked away in museums. They're not exclusive to big-time dealers or auction houses. They've been found in pocket change, coin rolls, and even as loose change from vending machines. That's what makes it so exciting. Anyone can find one. So how do you know if your Homestead Quarter might be special? First, look closely at the windows of the house. If you notice extra lines or frames, you could be looking at a double die. Second, check around the water pump. Any unusual blobs, extra drops, or raised metal might be a die chip. And don't forget to inspect the overall condition. Is the detail sharp, shiny, and crisp? That could be the difference between a cool find and a fortune. And now, for the moment you've been waiting for. One remarkable 2015 Homestead Quarter, featuring a prominent double die error and preserved in an exceptional state of condition, was once appraised at an astonishing $77,000. Yes, you heard that right. $77,000. For a coin most people wouldn't give a second glance. The next time you're sorting through your change, slow down. Pull out your magnifying glass. Check every quarter that says Homestead on the back, because the right combination of rarity, error, and condition could change your life. Top 5, we're taking a closer look at a coin that millions of people have spent, lost, or tossed in a drawer without a second thought. But for a lucky few, It turned out to be a golden opportunity in disguise. Today, we're talking about the United States Virginia State Quarter from the year 2000, and let me tell you, this coin holds more secrets than you think. Released as part of the iconic 50 State Quarters program, the Virginia Quarter celebrates the founding of one of the most historically significant colonies in America. It features the legendary Susan Constant, Godspeed, and Discovery, the three ships that carried English settlers across the Atlantic in 1607 to establish Jamestown, the first permanent English settlement in North America. Now, that's already an incredible story right there, a tribute to the roots of a nation, immortalized on a small silver-colored coin. But here's where things get really interesting. While the design honors the past, certain rare errors and minting anomalies have made a few of these Virginia quarters incredibly valuable today. Now let's talk about what makes these coins so desirable to collectors. First, you've got your classic doubling error, also known as the doubled die. In some rare Virginia quarters, the text along the top, such as Virginia 1788 or Jamestown 1607 to 2000, appears slightly doubled due to a misalignment during the die creation process. It might seem like a small glitch, but in the coin collecting world, it's pure gold. Then there's the off-center strike, where the coin's design isn't perfectly centered during the minting process. The result? A coin that looks slightly lopsided, with part of the image or text creeping toward the edge or even cut off entirely. The further off-center it is, while still showing the date, the more collectors are willing to pay. Some of the most valuable Virginia quarters have also been struck on the wrong planchet. That's right. Instead of being struck on the standard quarter blank, some were accidentally minted on blanks meant for pennies, nickels, or even foreign coins. These error coins are exceptionally rare and can easily go for thousands. And we can't forget the die break errors, commonly called cuds. These are raised, blob-like features caused by a piece of the die breaking off. On the Virginia quarter, cuds can appear around the edges of the ships or near the lettering. While it might look like damage to an untrained eye, to a collector, it's a rare and desirable minting mishap. What's truly incredible is that these rare versions of the Virginia quarter have been found in everyday places, in spare change, at laundromats, even in tip jars. You don't need to be a professional collector to find one. You just need a keen eye, a little bit of knowledge, and a whole lot of curiosity. Now, let's talk about condition. Even if your coin doesn't have a dramatic error, its grade or condition can make a huge difference in value. A coin that's been heavily circulated will have scratches, dings, and wear. But a mint state coin, graded MS67 or higher, with sharp details and original shine, can already command a premium, and that value skyrockets if it also has a rare error. The Virginia quarter is a special piece not just because of its design or rarity, but because it represents the dawn of a nation. It's a piece of history, and sometimes history comes with a very generous price tag. So, if you've got one of these coins lying around, don't dismiss it. Pull it out. Inspect the lettering, examine the ships, check the edges. Look for any doubling, any off-center designs, or strange blobs of metal where they shouldn't be. Because the right coin, in the right condition, could turn your ordinary pocket change into something unforgettable. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, one rare and exceptional 2000 Virginia State Quarter, featuring a dramatic minting error and preserved in pristine condition, was once valued at an incredible $75,000. That's right, $75,000. For a quarter. For a 25-cent coin that millions of people used every single day without ever knowing its true worth. The next time you're about to spend a quarter, take a second look. You never know when you might be holding something worth far more than its face value. That tiny coin might just be your ticket to a big payday. Thanks for tuning in today. If you love stories like this, if you want to learn how to spot valuable coins, or if you're just fascinated by hidden treasures, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss another opportunity to strike gold. Until next time, keep your eyes sharp, your coins close, and remember, the next great treasure might be sitting in your pocket right now.